Hello, willkommen. And that's about all the German I know. So, yes, it's CSSconf 2015, and I am so honored to be up here and have been asked to help MC and help host the event today. And it's amazing. There's over 400 attendees today. That's incredible. Like, thank you all for coming here. Give a round of applause to yourselves if you want. Yeah. And this is the third CSSconf EU. So CSS3, we're here. We've finally met the spec, and we're at there now. And this is part of, we have people here from over 13 countries, by the way, if you all didn't know that, coming from all over Europe, from Australia, from Zimbabwe, I found out. That's amazing. Everyone came over here to hear about some CSS and CSS3. And the CSSconf is part of the CSSconf organization now. It's a whole organization originally inspired by Nicole Sullivan for CSSconf in Florida in 2013, excuse me, and has expanded so far and has inspired so many other conferences. So this past year, they've had CSSconf changed over from Florida to New York, where I'm from, and that was this past year. It was an amazing event, and multiple people who attended that are here today as well. We have CSSconf Australia, which I've heard and quoting here, strongly believe it might happen again. Maybe around March or April of next year. So keep your eyes and ears open about for that. Also, last year was CSSconf Oakland. That was a whole week of events called JS Fest, happened in Oakland, California, and amazing event, and really inclusive and diverse, and it sounded like a lot of fun, and hopefully it might happen again. And then the next coming up conference is CSSconf Asia. This is actually part of a big 10-day event of 10 days and 22 events. It's happening on the 18th is CSSconf, the second one for Asia, and the next 2 days after that are JSConf Asia for the fourth time. And the 10 days includes a web audio hack day, a node school, and even a nodebot sumo battle. So look forward to that. And some more upcoming ones, maybe CSSconf Norway? No way, yeah, so that's happening. So are the CSSconf Norway folks here? Can you stand? Hey, look at that. So, yeah, way to go. And maybe CSSconf Budapest? It's the best, yeah. Where are you at today? Yeah. And so today we're here in amazing Berlin. This is actually my first time outside the United States, and it's been an awesome week that I've been here. It's amazing to visit Berlin and see the places and all the great food and touristy things that I've been able to do, and great coffee, by the way. But we're also here in this amazing Radial Systems 5. I think I pronounced that correctly-ish. And it made me wonder, what happened to the other 4 Radial systems? I mean, we're here at the 4th one, especially the 3rd one. We're going to keep in theme with 3s today. And so Radial System 3 happened to be very appropriate for the name, maybe not location or a waterworks factory. For those that don't get it, dry, desert, yeah. And speaking of dry humor, we're going to go on to movie puns. So, danke. So I wanted to look into the movie trilogies inspired by CSS3, starting with Mad Max with Beyond Punderdome, to give you a little hint of what we're going for today. Although, as Chrissy pointed out, CSSconf 3 did not wait till the 4th one to equal out its gender diversity and get that going. This event was almost Return of the Jed, if anyone... however, you couldn't make it this year, so I came up and took his place. Some of the people in the audience might recognize that this is actually the 6th movie, technically. But if you look closely at the 3rd one, it's actually Return of the 6th, so that's a little strange. And you'll see that in CSS as Revenge of the 6th. And we're also in the EU in Europe, and so we want to show the European movie series that have been inspired by CSS, including Before Midnight. And our favorite three-color series of FFF. And also, we have those old school movies that have been really coming out, but actually may have kind of guessed what's going on in the future. The Good, the Bad, and the Inline. And I think one of Judge Schmidt's personal favorites, Indiana Jones and the Last Cascade. So I believe it's happening, it's coming. I mean, CSS is dead, if you've heard from anyone. I'm kidding, just, God. If speakers go on a little bit too long today, we might have to cut them off, or in other words, at word's end. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. One groan. We got it. And also coming up in the future of CSS might be the rise of the machines. If anyone's seen the Grid I/O yet, it's happening. They're taking over. And of course, one of my favorite sci-fi flicks, Matrix Revolutions, or with these days, Matrix 3D Revolutions. And of course, Michael Bay's always been a big fan of CSS, if y'all didn't know. The Transformers series has been one of my favorites. That was it's a stretch. And so today, there's gonna be a lot going on, and so I wanna go over the schedule real quick. So we had this morning, me up here, and we have a couple speakers, and then coffee, and then a couple speakers, and then lunch, and then a couple speakers, and then more coffee, and a couple speakers, then coffee, and cake. So, and then finally we'll have closing remarks, and a family photo, and dinner, and another party right before CSSconf Day 2. And you can keep track of all this at this URL. And so I'd like to introduce our first speaker, now that that's all out of the way. She's coming from New York, where I'm from. I've known her for quite a while now, and it's been a joy to hang out with her in New York and all the events that she's a part of. She helps organize CSSconf, which is coming up this year in November in Austin, Texas, so keep your eyes out for that, and maybe head over there. She's also an organizer of the premier SaaS and front-end meetup in New York's Gotham SaaS. And so now it's time for Viva la Front-End Revolution with Claudina Estaraja.